Good morning, class. Today we are on Book 3, Lesson 107. This is kind of a difficult lesson to do in this video context, but we're going to try our best. So the title of the lesson is Drawing Enlargements. What the book is looking for you to do is to take a picture. So I pulled this picture out of Mr. Duarte's coloring book and just put a teeny tiny grid over this little picture of this video game character, and then my goal is to enlarge it. So I started doing that up here, realized it was going to take absolutely forever, so I did not finish. If you have a more simple coloring book at home, I'm thinking like My Little Ponies, or, you know, if your little brothers or sisters have any kind of puppy animal type coloring books with kind of more simple lines, then this is what you're going to want to do. You'll draw a grid over top of whatever shape that you want to enlarge. And then the idea is that you have a bigger grid that you can do on computer paper or large graph paper, and you draw that figure. So I started this guy right here. Don't know if you can tell. I've got his head, I've got kind of his cape, and I'm gonna show you with his leg right under here how I continue. So what we want to do is we want to look at one box at a time and draw that box on a bigger grid. So I've got my marker here. I'm going to look at the box right here with this little bit of his cape, and then his leg is coming down. And I can see on my tiny picture here that it kind of goes straight down, but then he's got a little bit of a pant leg there that wrinkles up and shows. So I just added that pant leg. And then there's a little skinnier part of his leg right there. And then just at the bottom, his leg's kind of kicking up, and it goes into these other boxes and then becomes his shoe. Okay. So there really isn't a lot else going on in that box. I can go down into the next box here and give more of his knee, and then back, as his leg goes back there, you can just see the heel, and then it goes down into another box of his shoe, and then his leg goes like that. Okay? I'm not going to finish this. This would take a really long time. I wish I had a more simple coloring book that I could draw from, but my own personal kids don't have those around anymore. So what I do want to show you today is how this works with math, like drawing enlargements. What is this doing in our math book? Because mostly we're talking about art here. And I know that I have got some students that are going to do a phenomenal job. If you guys want to have your parents text me pictures of your enlargements and your drawings, that would be super fun to see. But how does it relate to math? Well, sometimes as you get into the higher maths, you're going to have to draw bigger versions, which is an enlargement of like a geometric shape. So I just took this funny looking shape here so I could show you how I would enlarge it on a bigger grid. Okay? So I look across the top here and I can see that I've got a straight line that goes across 3 boxes. So over here, I'm going to put, and I'm actually going to run into my man here. Let's see, let's start it down here, and then I can just extend the grid. So I have 3 boxes, and then I have a diagonal here. So I'm going to go across the grid, and then I have another box that goes straight like that. That was this one. And then I have one that goes straight down, 1 box. And then I have another diagonal, so let's see if I can enlarge this grid a little bit really quick. Let's see, we'll go like that and like that. And I apologize, these lines aren't going to be straight because I don't have my ruler with me, but we'll do the best we can. Okay, so I was on this guy going straight down, and then it does a diagonal back over here, and then we have a horizontal line heading to the left right here. Then I have another diagonal that goes down, and then one horizontal and a diagonal that goes up, and then another horizontal, a diagonal that goes up, and then a vertical line that goes straight up, a horizontal line that comes back, and then a diagonal that closes. And you can see how I've turned this picture here into a larger version just by transferring what I saw on the grid to a bigger grid. That is the end of today's lesson. Like I said, if you have coloring books or some picture that you can draw a tiny little grid on top of, and then take some bigger graph paper to try to enlarge that picture, it kind of can be a fun art project. Like I said, this is more of a fun one to teach at school where I have all the resources for you. But today is lesson 107. You can start your written practice, which begins on page 570. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.